I'm a daughter, sister, and aunt that fled from Ukraine few weeks ago. I'm a Roma woman and I'm Ukrainian. I'm an artist, activist, cultural heritage expert, and human rights defender. I consider myself a part of European society and fully share all its values. I have a dream that one day my small sister will stop seeing in her dreams episodes of horror and that my 1.5-year-old niece will finally be able to hug her father. I will not overwhelm you today with statistics that already were covered perfectly by our partners from ERC, Ergo, and Chirigli yesterday. But unfortunately, the statistic is hiding human suffering and personal experiences. What happened with my friends and relatives are real cases of survival and history that will be told to my future children. The majority of my team ARCA were forced to evacuate from their homes, lost almost everything, and has no resources for living. Some still remain on the territories of active hostilities, which working from underground spaces and shelters. Every day we are losing more and more friends, relatives, and neighbors. We have no assurance of what will give us next day. We have a dream, which is peace. In the current circumstances of the war in Ukraine, the ARCA team is working in several areas. We are providing financial support to Roma and non-Roma families who find themselves in difficult situations due to hostilities in different parts of Ukraine for the purchase of food, medicine, and basic hygiene products. We are coordinating, financing, and organizing the evacuation process of civilians, in particular for women and children and those elderly who survived Roma genocide. We are collecting, purchasing humanitarian aid for frontline cities and sending packages to hotspots. All this we are documenting as testimonies in a format of video and photos on our official social media pages. This is all happening due to the help of a huge network of our partners and colleagues from different parts of the world. And now I would like to attract attention of European leaders. History is cyclical. Now we are witnessing the repetition of the terrible scenarios of the World War II. Europe must remember the consequences of indecisions and prevent them today. You are still able to prevent the catastrophe of 1941, while almost all Europe was occupied by Nazi troops. Today's realities in Ukraine looks more like the most horrific movies about genocide. We have studied the testimonies and history of genocide for decades, and only now we do realize that still know nothing about those terrible events. Anyone who has not personally experienced the horrors of the war will never know what is hidden between the lines. And today, Russian propaganda is actively speculating on a topic of the Roma, trying to justify the bloodshed, their crimes, and genocide against the Ukrainian people. They are making outright lies to accuse Ukrainians of Nazism. On behalf of the Roma Council of Ukraine and the Roma Youth Council of Ukraine, I'm sorry, as a victim, I have a right to speak few more minutes, which includes more than 60 Roma NGOs, individual activists, and public figures. I personally want to reapproach our Roma brothers and sisters from Russia. We understand that you are also patriots of your country, but we are embarrassed and disappointed by the positions and some statements of Russian Roma public figures. If for the fear of your own life, and for some other reasons you are unable to protest against the war, at least maintain neutrally instead of calling the accusations and supporting the criminal actions of Russian authorities. Do not condemn Ukrainian Roma for protecting their country, their homes, and their families. In this regard, the social media from Russian Roma in relation to Ukrainian Roma is a stream of hatred. It is better for you to maintain neutrally than kill us with your lack of understanding and any morality. As a Roma representative from Ukraine, I declare that the Roma in Ukraine today are our doctors, our soldiers, our volunteers, and lawyers. Roma are Ukrainians.
Sorry, I'm going to have to give the floor to someone else.
Our country. They stay shoulder by shoulder with Ukrainians and fight with future.
I'm sorry, you're over time.
And to conclude, I'm so sorry. I have a dream to rebuild a strong, beautiful Ukraine, where future generations will grow and live without fear, where all together with friends and colleagues, I will be able to build a strong civil society, where we, the young leaders, can support the youth of ethnic minorities and communities and become a symbol of legal freedoms and humanity for our neighbors that
Thank you very
unfortunately
much for
are
your
blinded today.
intervention.
Барикане Рома, хетане, аме зорале, слава Україні!